Hi, my name is Energio and welcome to Louder with Energio. If this is your first time tuning in, listening in, watching it, I want to say a very big welcome and welcome and welcome. Thank you for clicking on the podcast. Thank you for joining in today. If you are a returning viewer or listener, I want to say a very big welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And again, you are the realest MVP. Today, we're going to be talking about the hypocrisy of modern feminism. But before we get into that, I want to encourage you to share this video, share it with your friends, share it with your enemies, share it with everybody that you know, all right? Please do so because it really does help the channel. It helps this platform. It helps the message that we're talking about. This whole thing that we're trying to fight, the wokeness we're trying to fight, it helps get the message out there. So please take a few seconds to share this link with everybody. Share it on your status, share it everywhere, okay? Also like and comment. I really want to hear what you have to say. Please comment. If you have questions for me or things you'd like for me to talk about, please leave them in the comment section. And also subscribe. It helps this platform a lot. It helps put the word out there. It helps the algorithm pick up on this. Okay, thank you. Let's get right into our topic of discussion today. We're going to be talking about modern feminism and the hypocrisy of this movement. Okay, so a very good place to start our discussion on is, what is feminism? On a very surface level, feminism is simply the advocacy for equal rights for both sexes or either gender. All right. So everybody should be given the same rights, the same opportunities, equal opportunities for either sexes. So you can as well say that that's humanism, right? In a sense, everybody should be treated the same. Nobody should be treated as better than the other. No sex or gender should be treated better than the other, right? And I do believe, because I'm a believer, and that's important, right? I believe that under God, God sees us as the same. God sees everyone as equals, essentially, in our essence, as maybe male or female. We're all the same. We're human beings. God created us, and He sees us as equal. I believe that nobody should be treated as a second class human. I believe that nobody should be treated as lesser than the other. So that's what feminism is, and that's what it's supposed to mean. I need to put that out there. That's what it's supposed to mean, right? That's what feminism is supposed to mean. But modern feminism means a total different thing than what feminism is supposed to mean. And now you see that they're beginning to add different or more meanings under this one that I just gave. Initially, that was the meaning of it: equal rights, equal opportunities for both sexes and both genders. But now it's no longer the same thing. There is a hypocrisy that modern feminism has. It's not about women having the same rights anymore. It's not just that. It's no longer about women having the same opportunity as men. So a girl child should be able to go to school like the male child. A girl child should get all of the opportunities that a male child would get. If you have a male child and a female child, you shouldn't treat the female child as less. The same opportunities that you would give to the male child, you give to the female child. To the extent that you push the male child, you push the female child as well. Right? That's what it's supposed to mean. In the community is supposed, and the society is supposed to see men and women as the same. Essentially, in our essence, we should not be told, oh, because you're a woman you can't do this, right? That's what it's supposed to mean. You should not be told, oh, you cannot get an education, you cannot get a job, you cannot vote because you're a woman, you cannot own property. If you're a woman, you should not be able to inherit your father's possession, or you should not get an inheritance if you're a woman. That's not what feminism is. And feminism is the advocacy that all of those things should not be. That women should be able to go out, get a job, get a very good education. That women should be able to go out and vote and have a voice. That's what feminism is supposed to be. But that's not what modern feminism is. And that's why I do not call myself a feminist. I am in no way, shape or form a feminist. I am not a feminist. And I know that a lot of you, or some of you viewing this or listening to this, would agree. So let's talk about the hypocrisy of modern feminism. Remember I said that feminism is equal opportunities, equal rights. And initially there was pushback in the earlier days when feminism started in the first place. There was a pushback on certain behavior, or women being subjugated or relegated to lower positions, or being lower beings, quote and unquote. In case you're listening, I'm giving air quotes right now, right? That was what it was all about. It was a pushback on that. But now, modern feminism is mostly just men hate. It's just a way to push hatred, the hatred of men, of the masculine gender, right? That's what it is right now. It's no longer, oh, let's fight for our own rights. It's now more so, oh, men shouldn't have rights, we alone should have rights. And that's the issue with the woke mob, with people who are woke. They move from one extreme. When we can find balance, they move from having balance to simply moving to the other extreme. There's always going to be a good balance in the middle. Men can have rights and women can have rights. One should not contradict the other. They can run simultaneously. They can go hand in hand. Men can have rights and women can have rights. So because at a particular time women did not have rights, it doesn't mean that now, because women have rights, men should no longer have rights. That's not what it should be. But that's what I find with wokeism. It's always trying to push the other extreme, and so we never find balance. Feminism should not be about hating men, and I understand that at a particular time women were subjugated by men, by, again, air quotes, the patriarchy. Yeah, I don't even want to say that statement because I do agree with it to an extent, so maybe not say it. There was a pushback, but now it's no longer about the pushback or for women having rights. A lot of people are not against women having rights. The majority of the population of the world is not against women having rights, or having the same opportunities or the same rights that women do have. Now, what the feminists are pushing is just hate on men. It's just hate on men. And I do not agree with that. And I'm sure you too, you do not agree with that. We have to stop bashing men. We have to learn to come to the middle and not say, oh, because we're subjugated at a particular time, yeah, now we have to subjugate men as well. I believe that there is a very good middle point, a very good balance. Men can have rights and women can have rights. Equal rights. That's what feminism is, right? Let's stick to it. Another thing that a modern feminism does is that it tells women, modern women, do I have to do another air quote? It tells modern women that they do not need men, but that's not true. Women need men. And guess what? Men need women. That's why there are women and there are men. We need one another. Women need men to exist. Men need women to exist. Women need men to take on certain job roles to build our society. Men need women to help them populate our society. We need each other. We need one another. We need not tell ourselves that one does not need the other. We do, because we do. And that's a lie to say that men don't need women. That women don't need men. Pardon me. Because we do. We do. We need men in our homes. We need men in our society. We need men everywhere. So that's a lie. That's another hypocrisy of the modern woman or modern feminism. And I really do not agree with that. I do not agree with that. Another thing that modern feminism does, it encourages women not to marry or to build a home and settle down, but it encourages women to chase the hustle. So, it tells women, modern feminists will tell women, oh, there is no need to build a home, there is no need to get married, just go, pursue the money, do this, do that, forgetting that innate within women is a desire to build a home as well. That may not be you, but for the majority of people, there is a desire to build a home. There is a desire to get married, have a home, have children. But then modern feminism tells you to just go and pursue the hustle. Go, be everything that you want to be. Yeah, do that and do nothing else. And then you find a lot of women, and this is something I think I'm still going to talk about in the same podcast. A lot of women, older women, who are now spinsters. At their old age, you see a lot of them single, no child, and there is a lot of regret. They have a lot of money. You can give that to them because they've chased money a long time. Men and women are not the same. Are we equal before God? Yes, but men and women are not the same. There is a desire within you to build a home. There is a desire within women to have a home, to build a family. And honestly, whether you're a man or a woman, nobody should have to be alone at their old age. But what modern feminism does not tell you is after you finish chasing the hustle and you give no chance to building a home, or no time to building a home, or you're not, or after you've closed your heart to the idea, or your mind to the idea of having a home or having a family, they do not tell you that you could be alone for the rest of your life with your money, sad, angry about the decisions that you've made, angry at yourself, angry at the woke people who told you that. There was a video I saw recently of this lady. I think she should be in her 40s, and she was in her car and she was crying, and she was sad because she's dealing with a health challenge. She was supposed to go to the hospital. She was supposed to get medical care, I think a surgery or something, but there was nobody to take her there. There was nobody to help her, like no family, no husband, no child to love upon her in that time. And guess what? Another thing that modern feminism does is that it gives you this mindset that you're better than everybody else. So it even destroys your relationships with other people, not just with men, not just with your family, but even with friends. It kind of has that impact. It does that in the end. So you are left alone, old, no loved ones around you. And I understand that not everybody would get married, and I do encourage that everybody learns to be whole and not depend on a man or on a woman for their wholeness. Be whole. Go out, do that. But everything in life is not about the hustle. And again, men can grow old and be alone as well. But guess what? Our biological clock, or the tendency for a man to choose an older woman, is low. Men want younger women most of the time. Take note, most of the time. That's why you see a 50-year-old man getting married to a 30-year-old, to a 20-something-year-old. Men are naturally wired that way. And I'm not saying, if you're older now, you're not settled, that it's over for you. I'm just saying that feminism encourages you to just chase the hustle and tells you again that you do not need a man. And so if you do not need a man, there is no need to get married. There's no need to have a family. That's what modern feminism does. And then a lot of women, especially in my generation, especially among millennials, it's happened in the generation before this one, but we're going to see a lot more of it in my generation. We are being told that we don't need men, and so we're going to get old. A lot of us are going to get old and realize we have no one, that we've wasted our good old years or our younger days. We've wasted them because we've been lied to, because we've been told that we do not need men, that we do not need to build homes. So long as you have the money. Money does not solve everything. Money cannot get you everything. That's why there are sad older women. That's why there are sad spinsters who are wealthy today. You may say, when I get married, I can do whatever I want to do. You can say, I'll be a sugar mommy. But the truth of the matter is, check those people. They are usually not happy. They are usually not happy. There is a sense of, I have done well. that comes. There's a peace that comes with actually settling down and having a home. And I'm an advocate for the fact that you can have it all. I'm going to talk about this in this same episode. I'm going to talk about it. But let's touch on the next thing that I think that modern feminism has done. It encourages single motherhood. The same people who tell you that you do not need men will encourage baby mamas. So a girl is pregnant out of wedlock, and these same woke people are the one that will be shouting, yes, queen, do you, queen? Yeah, get that money. They encourage single motherhood. Encourage you to be single mothers. And again, I'm not talking about women who lost their husbands at a young age, or lost their husbands, or people who were abused. They just encourage women who are okay to just go about, get babies for rappers and artists and basketballers, so long as there is money. They don't tell you that most men will not settle down or will not marry most men. In short, 95% of the time, or 95% of men would not marry women who already have children. It's hard. The same way that many women will not consider marrying men who have children. It's hard. It's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to navigate. The truth of the matter is, many men do not want to marry women who already have children. And so when you spend your 20s, your early 30s having children for man number 1, man number 2, man number 3, you have several baby daddies. It reduces your chances of actually building a home. And of course, I'm not disputing the fact that there are women who are lucky enough that even after all of this, and I'm not beating anybody up, I'm not here to insult anybody or throw trash on anybody's name or anybody's past or existence or being, whatever the word is, or whatever the phraseology or the phrase of it is. I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to beat up anybody. But a lot of women who have children don't end up getting married, having children or having several baby daddies. Don't end up getting married and actually settling down. That doesn't really happen. And I understand that there is always that exception. But again, that's what it is. It is exactly that. It's an exception. It is not the rule. The rule of the situation, or of this situation, is that most men will not marry single mothers. But that's what modern feminism encourages. Go, do you. Have as many children as you want to have, with as many men as you want to. Even celebrities. This single motherhood trend, this baby mama, baby daddy lifestyle. That's what feminism, modern feminism, encourages. Guess who suffers for it? You. The woman who takes this advice. A lot of the people or celebrities who have lived these lives end up regretting it. But they have money. Many women don't have the kind of money that these women have. And even if you have the money, it's not the best for your child. They're encouraging you to raise children without fathers in the home. And I do not want to even get into the statistics of fatherless homes, of the statistics of homes where children grew up without fathers in the home. Did I even phrase that well? I don't want to get into the statistics of that though. It's horrible. But this is what modern feminism encourages women to do. They tell you don't need a man. But then if the man is willing to give you money to have his children, so long as you're able to enjoy his money, you can go ahead and have all his children, or in short, have children with several men. That's what modern feminism encourages. But again, you don't need men, right? Yeah, I thought so. Another thing that modern feminism does is that it encourages promiscuity, encourages women to go out. Guess what? Again, we're told though that we do not need men, right? We do not need the validation of men. Who needs men? Can do bad all by yourself. That's what we're told. But then we're encouraged to dress up in certain ways that seeks male validation. So a lot of women will say, oh, I'm not dressing up for any man, I'm dressing up for myself. Okay. Why then do you post it on the internet? That rush that you get when men begin to comment under it, that's the male validation that you're seeking. It encourages women to be promiscuous, to not be decent, to go out and sleep around. Guess what? In short, I'm going to say this now, that I genuinely believe that nobody should be promiscuous, male or female. Do not be promiscuous. But it's not the same for men and women. And please don't say, oh, it's because of the patriarchy. Men have it different. It's not because of the patriarchy. Men and women are built differently. Men will come and say, oh, they are sowing their oats, pardon me. That's what they are doing. And it's wrong. It's wrong. Anybody who is promiscuous, male or female. But it's not the same for women. Our bodies are different. I would not encourage you to do that. But that's what modern feminism encourages you to do. Sleep around. Go. Sleep around. They don't tell you, by the way, that every time that you sleep around, and it's the same for men, by the way, but just worse for women. Somehow worse. Maybe it's because it's ingrained in our actual being, in your body, that you lose a part of yourself with every man that you sleep with, or with every woman that you sleep with. Promiscuity is not the way. Do not go about, do not be lied to. Do not believe the lie that you can do whatever you want to do and be fine and be okay. Guess what? If women are promiscuous, they're the ones who will get pregnant. And that's why we begin to have discussions of, oh, my body, my choice. Again, I understand that, let me say this now. I understand very well that there are women who are victims of abuse. They're not the ones I'm talking about. They were not being promiscuous, right? And under no circumstances would it be right for anybody to abuse anybody or to rape a woman. That's why there is consent, right? But when you're pregnant, you've slept with several men. You see, a lot of women, that's why we have issues with DNA. Who is the father? Many women don't know who the father of their children are, because you've slept with several men. And I'm not here to beat anybody up. It's the truth. You don't know who the father of your baby is. And so that's why we have paternity court and things like that. Modern feminism encourages women to sleep around, to not have respect for their body, to not honor their body. I believe that it's when you do not honor your body that you give it to every single person that you meet, whether you're a man or you're a woman. But that's what modern feminism encourages. So we say that it is wrong for men to sleep around. But then, this is why I said, the wokeism of, I don't understand it, to be very honest. So it's wrong for men to sleep around, but it's okay if women are also doing it. It's okay for men to do it if women are also encouraged to do it. We leave one extreme and we go to the other extreme in the name of wokeness, of being woke. There is never a balance. Why can we not just encourage men to stop being promiscuous? Promiscuous. Why can't we do that? Why can we not teach our sons to do better? Why do we now have to teach our children, our daughters, to go out and sleep with men too and encourage them to do the same? That's what modern feminism does. It doesn't raise you up. It brings you down. It belittles you to your body. And again, these same woke women would tell you, oh, we're being objectified. You're being objectified, but you put your videos or you open an OnlyFans account. If you don't know what that is, maybe you can check it out or read up on it. I'm not going to go into it. You open an OnlyFans account. If a man gives you enough money, you sleep with him. And that's queening. Hashtag queening. It puts you down. That's what modern feminism does. They tell you, oh, we're being objectified. Do not objectify me. But then you wear clothes knowing that men are drawn to the things that they see. You put on clothes for people to look at you. And then when they look at you, you complain about being objectified. That's what modern feminism does. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. There is no sense in it. I believe that there is a middle ground. There is a middle ground. There's a middle ground. Men should not be promiscuous. But women also should not be promiscuous. All right? Do not live your life being promiscuous. Do not waste your youth. Modern feminism is lying to you. And the last thing I'm going to talk about, and this one is the height of hypocrisy with modern feminism. Oh my God. It irks me. It should irk you as well. It gets me every time. They say women should be anything that they want to become. You can be anything that you want to become. Equal rights, right? Equal opportunity. So they say go out, get the money, work. Whatever job you want to do, you should be able to get. Whatever you want to achieve, you should be able to achieve. Reach for the sky. Break glass ceilings. But then, the moment that a woman says, oh, I don't want that. I want to be a housewife. She's horrible. She's terrible. She does not dream. She cannot dream big. Do you only dream big when you want to own businesses, or you want to be a CEO or a high valued executive? Is that the only way to dream big? I thought you can be anything you want to be. A housewife should be included. Everybody should be allowed to be whatever they want to become. If a woman decides that I want to get married, I want to have a home, I want to stay at home and have my husband fend for me, then she should be allowed to. If she also wants to be a mom and a wife but work, she should also be allowed to do that. The same way that if she doesn't want to have a child as well, she should be allowed to do that. It should apply everywhere. Apply it everywhere. That's hypocrisy. Don't tell women that they can be everything that they want to become. And then when they say, oh, this is what I want to become. What I want to become is a housewife. I just want to have a home. I just want to have a husband and raise children. And then you fight them. That's hypocrisy. There is no sense in modern feminism. There is absolutely no sense in it. And that's where I'm going to end. Modern feminism is full of hypocrisy. And it says it's trying to raise women up. But all that I see that it does is pull women down, belittle women, reduce them to their bodies. That's all I have to say on this episode. Do not sign up for feminism, please. Modern feminism or whatever it is. Go out, be everything that you want to become. Do not be reduced to what your body looks like. If you want to be a housewife, go out, be a housewife. If you want to be a mom who is an executive, who is married to a good husband, I believe that you can have it all. I genuinely believe it. It's going to take a lot of work, but I believe that you can have it all. Go out, do that. But do not believe the lies of modern feminism. I hope that you understand everything that I've said on this episode. I hope that you understand and you genuinely see the hypocrisy in the wokeism that is going on, the wokeness that's going on in the world, and that you do not become a part of it. I hope that you genuinely see. I want to encourage you again to like, share, subscribe, push this video. Please push the videos you watch. It really does help the platform. But until the next time, this is Louder with Energio.